The Luise-Schröder-Straße, a grey hell in the west of Hamburg, a one-way road with 3 lanes for cars, hardly any greenery and poor infrastructure for cyclists and pedestrians. All this should be transformed into a quieter and greener landscape with excellent cycle paths. But is this possible in Germany? The Luise-Schröder-Straße was a one-way road with 3 lanes for cars. But only one will remain. At the beginning of the road, the bicycle traffic is directed away from the cars onto the separate cycle paths. The cycle paths have been widened and are asphalted. Finally, no more concussions on the uneven paving stones. The sidewalks and cycle paths are now separated from the road by green spaces. There are 64 new trees on the road after the renovation. It now has a total of 92 trees. There is now space everywhere at entrances and exits so that cars can wait for a gap in front of the cycle path. This differs from the previous standards in Hamburg. Also, entrances and exits from the cycle paths in side streets were also considered. However, I missed appropriate markings on the road like in the Netherlands. The green spaces have also been greatly expanded. This makes you feel much more comfortable on the road compared to before. The newly installed bicycle parking spaces are already at capacity before completion. The need seems to be there. However, I'm still waiting for the better bike parking like the ones they put up in the Netherlands.
Of course, this wouldn't be a video about something Dutch if I didn't include at least something about bike parking. The reconstruction reduced the available parking spaces from 23 down to 18. Some of that extra space was used to install 5 tulip-style bike racks next to the car parking. And yeah, I just had to be the first person to use it.
Unfortunately, many of the new bicycle parking spaces cannot be reached directly from the cycle path because the curb is not lowered. This should be improved. I asked the responsible authority at the Altona district office why the curb was not lowered to allow direct access to the parking spaces, and this was the answer.
The bike support bars begin directly west of the area where pedestrians cross the bike path. Here, as well as at the level of the first 3 brackets, there is no view of the board. The planning took into account that cyclists who want to lock their bikes there have the opportunity to get off in the area of the crossing and then push their bikes to the support bars.
Some modal filters were also installed. This means that only pedestrians and cyclists are allowed to pass through. The parking spaces for cars will now be located in the middle of the road. Cycling is strictly separated from that. In the new design, the number of available parking spaces for cars is now then halved from 179 previously to just 83 after the renovation, and there is now bike parking for 164 bikes in the new design. The one-way road is open to bicycle traffic in both directions. From the roundabout you can easily get onto the new cycle path. This is narrowed in the beginning so that cars don't drive along there. After the passage, the cycle path becomes nice and wide again. Germans won't believe this, but this is really a cycle path and not a lane for cars. I would have liked red-colored asphalt like in the Netherlands. Unfortunately, this was not used. I also asked the Altona district office why red asphalt was not used like in the Netherlands, and this was the answer.
For the construction project, a classic asphalt coating was chosen for the following reasons. A real red asphalt surface layer can only be achieved with a colorless binder. These are synthetic mixtures of synthetic resins and petroleum-based components. The building material mixtures cannot be recycled like bitumen. The characteristics cannot be compared to the characteristics of conventional asphalt, which increases the maintenance costs. In addition, real red asphalt surface layers are significantly more expensive, especially for small areas, among other things because the asphalt mixing plant and all machines have to be cleaned, and are currently not used in Hamburg for economic reasons. Even if there are excavations by management companies, it cannot be guaranteed that red asphalt will be used again or that it will have the same color.
Unfortunately, this beautiful new cycle path ends at the end of the street and cyclists have to go back between the cars. We can only hope that at some point it will be possible to continue cycling safely and comfortably on separate cycle paths here in this street. The surrounding parks are also being renovated right now. You can already see some new things. New benches are installed and a lot of new trees are planted. The cars are now far away, the noise much lower. The road used to cut off the two parks from each other, but now pedestrians can cross the road quickly and easily. The southern side is not finished yet. The work is currently underway. I'm looking forward to when the work is completed and cycling can begin. But what do you think about the reconstruction of the road for German conditions? Feel free to write it in the comments. This was my first video using the new style. How do you like the video? Would you like to see more videos about other projects and topics in Hamburg? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon. Thanks for your support. If you also want to support me and my channel, go to patreon.com/FahrradstadtHamburg.
Do you remember all the places we went, the spaces we